What is going on, guys? Back with another episode of the Baseball Card Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about one of my top 5 guys going into this season. And that's going to be first baseman of the San Francisco Giants. And that is going to be Bryce Eldridge. Reason I'm a big fan of him, not just because he's actually from the area of where I am from, but big power lefty, first baseman. Love the kid. I heard he's a great kid from a lot of kids in this area who collect cards, talking about how great of a kid he is, how awesome he was in high school. I never got to actually watch him play, which I kind of am a little bit upset about. But watching him last year, this kid was phenomenal. He actually he played between 3 levels. 4 levels, my bad. He went from Sacramento to Richmond to Eugene to San Jose all in the same year, which is A-ball all the way through AAA. But most of his damage was done between A-ball and high A-ball. In Sacramento, he had, San Jose's at the A-ball team. He had 205 ABs. He had 17 walks, 61 strikeouts, and then 10 home runs. And that comes to a 263 average, 323 on base, 474 slugging, and then a 801 OPS. This kid's going to be primarily a power first baseman, DH guy. And that's the one massive thing with him, and that's why his card prices are absolutely skyrocketing. Is people in the hobby, when they buy cards, they love looking at guys that are massive power hitters, long balls. People don't like the investability of guys who are slap hitters, hit singles, hit 4 home runs a year type of guys. That doesn't move the hobby, unfortunately. But someone like this is someone that he's a big buy, because this kid hit 23 home runs between all 4 of these levels last year. And then when he got the call to Eugene, which is the double or high A-ball team, he got 173 ABs, 58 hits, 11 doubles, a triple, 12 home runs, 41 RBIs, which came out to 333 batting average, 442 on base, 619 slugging, and a whopping 1.060 OPS. I mean, this kid crushed an IA ball at 19. His swing, his power is absolutely phenomenal. And then when he got to AA ball, which is in Richmond, he only got 37 plate appearances, 10 hits. He had a home run, a triple, 4 RBIs, and then 8 strikeouts, 270 batting average, 325 on base, 460 slug, and still a 785 OPS. I mean, that's very limited numbers, so that's okay. Like, he's probably going to start my guess would be he does have that spring training invite. He'll get his opportunities early. He'll get to see some major league pitching. But my guess would be he starts the year in AA, gets some more experience. AA is probably going to be the hardest for him. I've heard Richmond is not the most hitter-friendly. I've only been there once. It's not the most hitter-friendly, but it'll be good for his development to grind through 200 plus ABs of AA and to really see, what he becomes. But shoot, I mean, if he could do even better than that and get the call even quicker. But I think they're going to try to season him longer in that AA to AAA this year. And my guess would be he does get the call later in the summer around the All-Star game break. Would be my guess. That could be early, or he can make the team right in spring. I don't know. Depends on how he does. But my one knock, besides obvious strikeouts, but he's 20, so I'm not really worried about that. He's a first baseman. He's going to be the big power lefty DH. That's going to be his game, the long ball. driving in runs, hitting home runs. That's going to be his game. That's going to be his strong suit. He's only 20, so he can still develop more power. He can still put on more weight. And the kid's 6'7", 230. I mean, he's Judge's size, but a lefty, but just 50 pounds smaller. But according to Baseball Savant, the only thing I'm worried about is left-handed hitting in Oracle Park. It's one of the hardest parks to hit home runs in, especially for lefties, I believe. Let me check. It's the 27th hardest park to hit home runs in, or its fielding value is 27, which is ranks at the bottom. So it is the hardest one. It's the third hardest to hit home runs in for a lefty. Their wall is only 333 feet, but it's a very, very tall wall. So he does have to have a really, really long launch angle, really big launch angle. But with him and his exit velocities, I don't think that's really going to be a problem. People project to him, if he sticks at first DH and plays 150 games a year, he could be a 45 home run a year type of guy. That's going to be his strong suit. That's what's going to get him in the lineup every single day. So besides all the obvious, I mean, the power, the getting on base, he does walk a ton too, which is great. So whether he gets on base via the walk or via double, or he's going to be hitting these guys, he's going to be batting these guys in with home runs. So the one big thing with him is if you're buying for the long term, you got to think he's a first baseman. First baseman values don't hold on the longest, just because they don't provide as much to the team. Let's say at like a shortstop, he's not going to have a high DRS. He's not going to have a good outs above average unless he's winning platinum gloves, which I'm not sure that's going to be the case, but you never know. But so you have to think, if you're spending, let's say, $500 on a HGA Choice PSA 10 auto, the price is only going to really increase if, let's say, he is hitting that 45 home runs a year type of guy, the major league level. It's hard for them to keep that kind of value, just because besides the home run ball, he's not going to be a flashy defender or anything like that. So you have to think about it like that as well, because first basemen are hard to keep value long term. So this is one guy you have to think. This is more of a buy and flip versus a hold for the long term, unless you think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So that's a little bit different. So his sales are freaking crazy right now. It's insane. I mean, you got Blue Refractor autos doing PSA 9, doing 600 this month, and a 10 just sold for 1,200, almost $1,300. I mean, people are banking on this kid, right? Like, I sold all mine this past month. I had a purple 10, I had a yellow 10, a green 10, and an orange 9. I sold all of them. I mean, a couple of those sold as soon as I listed them too. They didn't sit for very long. I get people are buying this kid up quick. I mean, his base chrome auto raw are about 140, 150-ish. Base 10s, 350. So you have to think, if I'm buying an auto at 350 and a 10, how much is that base chrome going to go up in this next couple of years or a year? Him becoming an all-star is not going to change much, unless he wins Rookie of the Year maybe, or he hits 50 bombs. So you have to think of it like that too. But just due to the sheer power aspect of his game, He excites me a lot. Sweet left-handed swing. I mean, this kid's gonna be awesome. Really rooting for him. Really excited to see, since he got the non-roster invite to spring training. Really looking forward to seeing some of his at-bats against major league pitchers, especially guys like Logan Webb. I mean, that's going to be really exciting to see. And then when they actually get into some spring training games, really seeing what he looks like against major league pitching, which is going to be so sick to watch. I've been really looking forward to it. Now, does he make the team out of spring training? That's for up to everyone else to decide. Me personally, I don't think so at this point, just due to the lack of ABs at a higher level in the minors, but you never know. So this is going to be the end of this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about him because he was on my mind after I sold all his cards, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of out now, and there's no point for me to buy now. But if you're buying for him to become, your next big guy you think is going to hit that 50 home run mark, go for it. Not telling you to buy him. Just be cautious because he is first baseman. It is a little bit of a risk, but if you like guys that smash home runs and are absolutely going to tear up pitching in the future, this is a kid you got to watch for in spring training. Watch his ABs. Watch closely what he looks like. He's going to strike out a ton, but he's going to walk a ton. It's bang long balls. I'm so excited to watch him. But if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please let me know. 4th episode down. I got another one coming soon. I might do another pitcher. But please drop some names down below. Let me know what you guys think of these type of videos. I appreciate y'all watching. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.